Hello and welcome to my video blog on a Volkswagen T ROC. This is the latest model that launched earlier this year. Exterior design wise has changed with tweaks being made to both the design of the front and rear bumper, and changes have also been made to the trim levels available, with the Life model replacing the previous SE and a Style and R-Line trim also available. This particular model has the Matrix RQ lights, which were available on the early production T ROCs but aren't currently available. This is the style trim level, but if you were looking at the Life specification, then as standard you still get front and rear parking sensors including park assist. You get wireless app connect, which allows you to use either Apple CarPlay, Android Auto or Google Mirror Link to mirror your phone, access your apps and music. I think the darkened rear tail lights at the back look really nice. You'll also notice that the rear bumper style depends on which trim level you go for. You've got the handy variable boot floor, however electric tailgate isn't an option currently available on the T ROC, so just a bit of manual boot slam needed to test that real Volkswagen quality. Personally, I like the variable boot floor as it lets me hide things like my shopping bags underneath. Give it a good slam, reminds me of that Volkswagen Golf advert. All the crossover range on the Volkswagens come with roof rails as standard. This has got the silver roof rails. Got two USB-C connections in the back and two USB-C connections in the front. All the latest Volkswagens are now USB-C connections rather than the previous USB design. So these are style seats, really comfy. Similar seat design to the R-lines, so you've still got your lumbar support, height adjustment, backrest adjustment, backwards and forwards. Of course, these are all manual seat adjustments. You can opt for the Ergo seat pack, which gives you the driver's seat with four-way electric lumbar adjustment. The seats are a mix of leather, Alcantara and cloth. The leather on the back as well, which is quite useful if you've got kids. So you can opt for the leather package with winter pack, which is the Vienna leather, which is around about a £2,000 just over price increase. Personally, I prefer the Alcantara design in the centre because it's not cold in the winter and not too hot in the summer. Electronic handbrake in all the T ROCs with the auto hold function. I think auto hold is one of them love-hate relationships. Like sometimes you'll love it and appreciate it so much when it's there when you need it, and then next minute you move in your car and you drive and you don't want auto hold to kick in and you hate it. You'll see all the new T ROCs now come with the touch air conditioning. Now this being the Star model means it hasn't got the heated seats as standard. They are part of the option in the winter pack, whereas the R-Line model comes with the heated seats as standard. I know some people say they prefer dials, but once you get used to the touchscreen display, it's quite easy to navigate. And you can also press the menu button and your air conditioning controls will come up on the main touchscreen. Steering wheel design is slightly different on a Star rather than an R-Line. So R-Line you get a slightly different button display. So the Star comes with the Digital Cockpit Pro, which is the 10.25 inch screen. But on the Digital Cockpit you can easily navigate the different views depending on what you want on the screen in the centre. You've got your roadside recognition at the top there as well, and I'll try that adaptive cruise and see how I get on with that and let you know. This T ROC having the DSG gearbox, you've got the flappy pedals behind the steering wheel. A few people have commented on the interiors on the newer cars looking a bit more plasticky, but I think it looks quite nice. You'll see the radio has moved up slightly, so it's still touchscreen, still a similar design to the previous T ROC radio system, so quite easy to navigate for anyone that has got a previous T ROC or even a Volkswagen. Come with all the standard features you'd expect, so you've got sat nav, Also got wireless app connect, which allows you to connect a Android, Apple or Google device and mirror the screen on. If you're not that into technology, the screen is still quite easy to navigate, so you can still pair your phone up quite easily using Bluetooth. You don't have to use the app connect. Radio wise, you've got a choice of FM and DAB radio. To set your presets, all you do, find the station you want in the list, press back button at the top or press radio, find the preset you want, press and hold, and that'll store it for you. To connect your phone up, just go into your phone, Bluetooth or connections, find the car's Bluetooth name in your phone list on Bluetooth, click on it, and then it'll just follow you through the process. So just click allow access to phone book, allow access to messages, for example. I know service books are kind of like a thing of the past, but you still do get an owner's handbook to have a read through if you prefer a hard copy, or you can download one from the Volkswagen website using your VIN number. But most of the time it's just about having a play with the car and just having a go with the different settings, features, just see how you get on. So today is a bit of a boring day if I'm honest, just going to nip to the tip. You'll see some cardboard boxes in the background there. Really good size wise I found. So we took the dogs to London, put them in the boots. I had it on the higher boot floor because you've got a flexible boot floor, so 2 separate floors. So had it on the higher boot floor, put the dogs in the boot. I have only got 2 dash downs, mind, but they had plenty of space. A lot more than my daily Polo GTI that I was driving currently, which of course is a petrol, so I have noticed a massive difference in fuel consumption wise. This is a 2-litre diesel automatic, so that really helped as well, not being a manual. And being an automatic, I do a lot of motorway driving, so I find it a lot easier with an automatic. It's just a lot easier and of course lazier driving as well, some people would say. So little journeys here and there, but I am currently getting 59.6 mpg. On the journey down to London, it was really good to experience the car. So it was around about a 2-hour and 45-minute journey, roughly round about there. MPG wise for the London journey, I was getting about 64.4 mpg. I thought it was really good because the car is pretty new, so it's only done around about 400 miles now, I believe. After the trip to London, MPG for the car, I'm really impressed as well, because as I say, I'm used to driving a 1.8 Polo GTI, so massive difference in fuel consumption. Of course, going into London, we went into the low emission zone, and this is compatible. So with it being a 2-litre diesel, anything usually after 2017 is compatible. And then petrol wise, of course, it can be a lot older to be compatible with the low emission zone. So that was really good, so we didn't have to worry about paying an extra fees or have to worry about avoiding that low emission zone to get into London. I was really impressed with the adaptive cruise control on the way down there, and also of course on the way back. So with the adaptive cruise control, you can set it to a certain speed and it'll set the distance from the vehicle in front. The road sign recognition that this T ROC has on it, say we were in a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. You set it to 50. As soon as you come out of the 50 miles per hour zone, due to the road sign recognition, if it then recognises you're in a 70, it'll automatically change the adaptive cruise control to 70, which I thought was really good. So it just made that driving so much easier. The only thing with the adaptive cruise is, say you set it at 72, 73 mile per hour, then as soon as it sees a road sign for 70 miles per hour, then what it'll automatically do is automatically put the adaptive cruise control back down to 70 miles per hour. So that's probably the only downside I've found of the road sign recognition and the adaptive cruise control.
told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down.
I'm wondering, why do I always have cardboard boxes in the back of my car? Due to move house within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Going to the solicitors. I'm actually picking my other half up now, and then we're going to sign our contracts. So just thought I'd do a short video for yourself now. So this is the 2 litre diesel 150 brake horsepower DSG front wheel drive that I've been driving. You do have the option of having the 4Motion in this engine, which is Volkswagen's version of a 4-wheel drive system. The MPG on this engine that I've got, the 2 litre 150 brake horsepower, isn't actually the most fuel efficient engine they do in the T ROC models. So if you go for the 2 litre diesel 115 PS manual, then that tops this MPG just by a couple of few MPG. As I generally do a 40-mile round trip to work, motorway mileage wise, I'm getting anything between about 55 to 59, even got 64 MPG on the way down to London. Shorter journeys, however, so for example today I took my dogs for a little pamper, just been doing short journeys up until now, due to get on the motorway, head up to Stoke. I've been getting around about 45, 49 MPG in the car. That's doing very, very short journeys though. So I thought I'd do a summary of my experience with the T ROC. It's been a little bit longer than a week. So everything's been like all go at the minute just due to moving house. Of course, I've been driving the 2 litre diesel. With that, you have the addition of AdBlue, which you can purchase at any Volkswagen retailer, service station, petrol station. So it isn't a massive inconvenience to have, and you only need to top it up generally about every 8,000 to 10,000 miles. I also am aware diesel-wise doesn't suit everyone. A lot of people after the pandemic are still working from home. A lot of people are changing their working structures. I'm doing roughly around about 20 miles to work, 20 miles back on a daily basis, roughly about 5 to 6 days a week. When I move house, that's probably going to increase around about by 6 miles a day, roughly. So diesel for me, due to the motorway miles I do, it's perfect. Fuel wise, I've spent about £85 on diesel. Of course, fuel is really expensive at the moment. I have got my receipts for them, so I'll try and put them on the screen while we're talking now. And then range wise, I've got 636 miles on this clock. And then I've got about 200 miles left on the range. Size wise, I've been really happy with the cabin space. So got 2 cup holders, got under seat storage, plenty of space in the doors and glove box. Haven't got a sunglasses holder and a coin holder, so just the storage that sits next to the steering wheel here, which I have seen in previous Volkswagen models. It has been strange getting used to the higher driving position, just because I'm predominantly used to driving hatchbacks previously. Of course, with the benefit of the higher driving position, it's more comfortable. I felt it handled really well and drove really well around the corners, which I was quite surprised at, which was really nice to know. And of course, with that additional height, you get the extra space. So you get the 445 litres of boot space. You can either have a inflation kit as standard or a space saver spare wheel, which sets you back roughly around about £100. But of course with Volkswagen you do get 12 months of breakdown assistance as well, as standard with any brand new car. I found the engine is powerful enough on motorways, so when you put your foot down it really does have that torque and power that you need on the motorway. And when you just tap the accelerator, it's not quite as responsive, so it's not quite responsive at low speeds. So it is great, the 2 litre diesel, for what it's made for essentially, which is long journeys and motorway runs. The lane assist has been easy enough to get used to. I know a lot of people moan about that feature, but I have found it has been easy enough to get used to, and just moving the steering wheel just overrode that. The only thing I have found is sometimes it has come up and said drive in the centre of the lane. Maybe that's my driving style, not 100% sure, but that has come up a couple of times on the screen, and again that can be a bit frustrating. I did get used to the adaptive cruise control and I found myself using that on a daily basis. So with that, I found that I had to set it down to the minimum setting for the distance from the car in front. Otherwise you feel more like you're going backwards than forwards. But yeah, I did get used to that and I found that really useful. Overall, interior wise on the controls, I found it really easy to navigate and really easy to use all the controls and the touchscreen in the centre. Looks wise, when I first saw the T ROC, I wasn't too sure on the top bit of the front grille, but I think after seeing it more, it has really grown on me, and I think it is really nice styling on the exterior. I think exterior wise they've kept a lot of elements from the previous pre-facelift T ROC, so they haven't changed it too much. So this has just been the standard T ROC 2-litre diesel 150 brake. It hasn't got any optional extras. So a few nice extras that you might want to put on are the upgraded alloys. This has got the standard 17-inch alloys. Also, you can have the option of a winter pack, which we previously mentioned. Heated steering wheel is also a nice option to have, especially in the winter. It would have been nice to have the wireless charger, but of course you can just plug it in through the USB-C connection. The wireless charging to some might feel like an expensive optional extra to have. So I've had the WeConnect app connected to the car. So with that you can see how many miles you've done, you can see what your MPG is, you can see if the car's unlocked or locked, if any of your windows open. So that is quite a handy feature to download because you can look it on your phone. Unfortunately, where I live, I don't get the best internet, so it is just loading. Lead times on the T ROC currently aren't huge in comparison to some of the models. I'm looking forward to sharing future videos with you. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like and share my videos. Thank you so much. Hi Tom. Did you wonder who that girl was sticking her finger up at you?
Hey?
I'm just doing some YouTube.